There's an exciting new feature in Ivy that allows you to pass prefix args to your action functions. Emacs uses prefix args a lot to change the behavior of interactive functions. So you can, control N to move your line down, but if you want to move 5 lines, you do control U, 5, control N, and your cursor will jump 5 lines. And previously it was not possible to use this in Ivy, and now you can, and I'm going to show you what we can do with it that is pretty interesting. So we're going to look at a way to change how we can insert citations, and I'm going to use a couple of features of orgref. So I have a file here, references.bib. It contains 2 entries, and we can access those entries with ORHC BibTeX candidates. So to give you an idea of what's in one of these candidates, let's look at the first one. There's a display string here that is going to be showing me something I can choose from. And then there's an A list that follows that has a lot of data in it, of keywords that I've tagged it, the URL. The thing that's important for us is the key. We want to insert that key into our buffer. Okay, so the key is easy to get. If I have the entry that's here, the first entry, I just do the ASOC of the key and then take the cutter, and that gives me an example of the key. And what I would like to do is find a way to use Ivy to select this entry and insert this key. As you can see, this shows me a tooltip, and that's the default action, is to select a key and insert this. But it turns out there are lots of other types of citations, so you might want a cite num, or a cite author, or a cite year. And I also want a very convenient way of getting these alternative cites in there. And it turns out we have a list of these as well. So orgref defines about 40 different types of cites that are known in BibTeX and BibLaTeX. And so we just need a way to select one of these. So that leads me to the cite function that I'm going to talk about. First we use Ivy read and our list of candidates. And then what we do is inspect Ivy current prefix arg, and that contains the prefix arg that was used inside of the selection. And if we have one, then we're going to assume that we want to use an alternative cite, and we'll open a new Ivy read that gives me the cite types. Otherwise, the default here will just be a regular cite. And so then we just insert what we want here, the formatted type and key. So let me show you what this looks like down here. So first we type alt-x cite and press enter, and now you see a little selection buffer down here. If I just press enter, I get the default cite. If I resume this, then I can type Control U and enter, and now I can pick, let's say, author, and it will insert a cite author. It's pretty easy. It's just enter or Control U enter for an alternative cite. These aren't exactly the functions that orgref uses. It has a much more sophisticated way of knowing that the point here is already on a citation, so it will add on. This function doesn't do anything like that. But the point is just to show you how easy it is to use the new feature. Like that. So that's it for today. It's the new feature in Ivy that I hope you find